Hello everyone, hope you guys are really fine. And today also we are going to see the part 3 of this book, which is research for AI projects. And today what we are going to learn is more of what kind of a research you need to do to be able to succeed with AI products. And we will be seeing this in detail. Okay, and as you remember what we saw last time is like there are three main pillars. One is the UI prototype, the second is AI model, and the third is data. And we have also seen this that this monkey is this is our AI. Okay, this table is our UI, and this book is our data. Okay, now you are this guy who is going to train the AI with on top of some sort of UI, and also you are going to train on some sort of data. Okay, now let's see this chapter which we are going to discuss today, which is called AI and UX research. So what we are going to cover in this chapter is about what impact will AI have on UX research. Okay, we are talking about impact. Okay, and will UX researchers still have jobs? This is a burning question today, that if research gets to be automated, then what about the UX researchers, and what research skills are going to be the most in demand in the next couple of years, or maybe more than that. So we are going to discuss this. This is like really important, what I saw within the book and what I learned, and it actually gives you some confidence, and also shows you clearly like where the UX researchers are separated from the impact of AI tools. So that we are going to also discuss. So let's start with this part, where let's split the UX for AI research technique into 4 sections. So the first is automated away. So some skills could be automated, and those we'll be discussing. Then the second is radically altered. So the currently like how you are doing some of the stuff which will be completely different in upcoming years. So that is one second thing. Then the third is increasingly valuable. Okay, the third thing is the increasingly valuable means that in from UX research technique, these techniques are required from you as a researcher. And there are some brainless use cases of AI bullshit, and that we are going to discuss, like where you should not actually see AI creating any impact. So there are some terrible ideas, there are also some dead ends, so that we are going to discuss today. So let's start with the first thing, that whatever routine usability studies we are going to do, right? So those could be automated. So those can be mostly automated. Okay, so the first thing is like you also create a script when you start a UT or usability study, right? So that script can be created by AI, so that is possible. You can take help of AI. And initial prototype, so whatever prototype you create. Okay, I mean there are so many prototyping tools when you need only like some simple transitions, animations, and you just want to walk through a journey to a user, then that can be automated. And this is all based on well established patterns, because that how a UT is, we have a lot of data on UTs, like how you create usability test, how you create a study script, what kind of dialogues you are going to use. Okay, you need to ask for consent and everything. So those all secondary stuff can be automated. So that's why the routine UT usability studies could be automated. So that is one thing we need to understand. Okay, and that's only in our benefit once you know use this usability studies. And yeah, and also like routine NPS studies and surveys, we have seen a lot of surveys, right? When you have where you have some questions, maybe an open field or some options to select from, and that can be automated. And then once you get the data, okay, what all questions and all the database, from the database you are getting different data sets, right? So that all can be automated. That's very important for us to know, that analyzing data part is really helpful for us, and that can be automated, and obviously we have seen a need for that a lot of time. And then also if you want to create a presentation based on the data, so that is also possible. So that is also it's not a big deal for AI to create. At least it can give you some framework like how you can present the ideas, and then you can do some maybe styling and everything. So that's possible. Then also, like, what recommendation you need to give. So recommendations can be automated. Okay, so do this to improve this metric, I mean that all can be automated. Then also, like, collecting and organizing the research data. So this is the part where we are seeing this is the database, and then you are how you show the data, how you organize the data, and everything that can be also automated. And if you have seen the Pendo, it's so in our company what we are doing is Pendo is mostly used for onboarding and some survey data collection and everything. So there also you have seen the Pendo's use case. But if you see, Pendo is used for qualitative insights. Okay, so then that can be really useful. Okay, the natural language query, like when you ask something, then it can give you with something like ChatGPT output in there. Then also you can integrate the co-pilots there, and you have this autocomplete feature. I mean, I have seen that in Pendo especially, where you are when you are creating some UIs and you need to rewrite some of the text in the UI, you can use it. Then this is also very important for UX researcher, that triangulation of qualitative and quantitative insights. So what is this? So basically you get some qualitative data, okay, and there is some data set for quantitative. This is like surveys and surveys, and then maybe you are giving some forms, okay, where you want to get some data. And then there is a qualitative data insights, where a human has to observe the participants, and then take decisions based on that. So qualitative data can be like interviews and then you get these focus groups or anything. So this is all like qualitative data, their feeling, their everything, so now you need to see a common point. So this is called triangulations, and then when you do some triangulation, you get the final insights. So basically what you are doing is you are verifying both the data sets, and you are arriving to one conclusion. So where AI can be really helpful. Okay, and this will be a norm for every new project. Okay, and this will minimize Cowboy PM's pet projects. So it's like if some PM is taking some decision just based on the quantitative insights or qualitative insights, that will be eradicated most of the places. So PM will be very much data driven and the insights driven. Nothing will be created without any prior validation. Okay, now let's see the second part, where UX techniques that will be radically augmented. Okay, what is augmented? So AI is kind of going to augment some of the things to the different way. It's not like completely replacing with AI, but there will be some sort of human intervention, and it will be kind of a mixed approach from AI as well as humans. So let's see the first thing, where we have this competitive analysis, where AI can quickly mine following to pull out the relevant screens and reverse engineer a guess at the functionality, because it's AI is really good at finding the screenshot, or taking the screenshots. Um just give me a second. Yeah. Then also it can find from the video frames like which frame you exactly need, so it can take a screenshot from that, or also record those videos and voiceovers. So you can also create some voiceovers to explain um, some of the differences in the competitive analysis. So this can be done through different tools, right? Although it will take longer to come online and will remain proprietary for some time. So yeah, that won't be like every player is going to use the same tech till someone is radically ahead before others. And it means competitive analysis might not be fully automated but radically altered. Okay, it's not automated, but yeah, you will be seeing the different ways of gathering this competitive analysis, not the traditional way. I remember when I used to do this competitive analysis back in 2020, what I used to do was just take an Excel and see the features, go through each and every product, uh, see what features they have. If I'm mapping features, then I'll do that. Then I'll see onboarding. Then also I'll wear a different hat to just see how visually calming or disturbing it is, like what flows are not completely covered. I mean, there are so many ways to look at competitive analysis. So I mean, we will get better at this with some AI tools, so for sure. And then the second part is identification of novel use cases. So this is really important, where you want to find some new use cases. Okay, this is novel means new use cases where you want to take help of AI. So identifying new ways to make money. Okay, find lucrative market opportunities, unique niche offerings. This type of AI augmented business analysis will become the norm for any business requirement document. So this is the BRD which we get. We normally get PRD, which is called product requirement document. So that's a feature based, but when a business gives this particular requirement to a product manager, then this is called BRD. So yeah, that will be also automated. I have seen this being used in Jira currently. Like there are some tools, AI tools, which craft the perfect PRD, perfect BRD. They have excelled in this part, and this will make quicker decision with increased confidence, because now it's not just your gut feeling, you also are backing with AI's input as well. And yeah, it's like 70-80% there, right? So that will be really helpful for these product managers to make quicker decision with increased confidence. And there is also like this RITE study. So this is specifically from this book. This method of like RITE is from the author itself. And he's saying that there is a newly emerging specialty class of AI whisperers. Okay, now who are these guys? These guys are comfortable and proficient with using new AI augmentation tech for all kind of research tasks. It means that if you are a researcher, okay, you need to be very thorough in all the tools which currently are like breaking the ceilings, okay, for the AI tools, because that company can afford the AI tools, but someone needs to tell them, okay, that okay, this AI tool will be helpful in this part, and this will make the whole process 80% faster, or 50% faster, something like that. So you have to pitch that, um, like which tools you want to use, and you need to be an AI whisperers. Okay, this is like really important. So for that, what you need to do, like you can actually see some, go through some AI courses and understand like what AI is. Although this book has covered like many specific things which you can learn as a designer, okay, but additionally you also should see the tech angle of it, so you can be a better guy who can communicate with these AI engineers. I have seen that if you don't know the vocabulary of those guys, then it can be difficult for you. And now we will be seeing that UX techniques that will become increasingly valuable. Okay, so this valuable skills we need to focus on. The first is the core skills. Okay, so first of all, what is the core skills and the soft skills? So once we used to think that dealing with humans is is not a core skill, it's a soft skill, right? Because when you want to converse with the human, I mean, you need to empathize with them and everything. So if you have seen the engineers working and coding some stuff, they are mostly not interacting with other people other than the fellow developers, because of like the nature of their work is also something like that, where you have to focus on a particular thing for longer time duration. So you want to be focused on that to solve that problem. But for designers, we have to deal with like different type of stakeholders, so we need to know many things. So that's why if we need to know many things, then we have to connect with many people as well. So dealing with humans is the core skill. Okay, then this is one thing which I read this in this book, that developers, PMs, then we are UX designers and AI folks. Okay, this is the fourth item they have added, like 4 in a box model. So you are glue in the center, and you have to connect with all of these guys, and also the users. Okay, also the users. So you are in the center, and you have to be a center glue kind of a person to just know everything from everywhere. And knowledge leaders, so yeah, so the core skill is also like becoming a knowledge leader in the organization, like create a plan. So what is a knowledge leader? The one who can create a plan, achieve consensus, and execute delivery of the new product to consumers. So all this, like when you are creating screen, so that I'll consider in a execute a delivery of the product, but you also need to create a plan for the new features. You have to understand like why you are building that feature. You have to connect with PMs. You might need to confront them in some cases where the feature is unnecessary, and you also get to buy in. So buy in is like really important in UX. You every day you have to negotiate with the other folks. Okay, now yeah, let's see, the core skills of won't be replaced by AI. So this is consensus building, so you have to do that. Then the negotiation part is also important, making people feel good while working together towards a single goal. This is also important, right? Because people are people, and people, we need to work together, and for them to work efficiently, happily, you have to be a positive person around them. So making people feel good while working together, it's also a very important skill, okay, for us. Then I have seen this very often, that very in many organizations, when you are starting out, or when you are building a new feature or something, you need some different point of views. Okay, not just the designers and developers point of view, but maybe PMs, maybe some segment leaders who has this subject matter expertise. So you want to bring them together and create a workshop, and then you manage that workshop. Okay, so you have to run through a workshop, and you also say them okay what all need to do, and collectively we find a solution. So that's a skill. Okay, it's not easy. So that skill, you can see this workshopper.com, it has like really good resources. This also image is from their website only, credit to them. And this is formative research, field studies, ethnography, and direct observation. So these are like really important skills. Okay, this is kind of a research where you UX researcher need to go to a particular place and observe them. And if you see this, the doctors, plumbers, factory and agriculture applications. So there are so many applications of this, untapped areas where we need to observe those people interacting with the complex machinery or other humans. And we have to also draw complex conclusions. So at that time we also need to really important to understand that humans can't be replaced over here. You need a real UX researcher. You can't automate everything with just cameras or training models. And there is also a concept called vision prototyping. So I have heard this first time. So the creating something new that has not been done before, it's called vision prototyping. So if you haven't done such kind of an app or anything, like, not, we are just talking about app, but there could be a completely new interaction, right? So that can be automated. Okay, and this skill is difficult to model and harder to automate. So that is difficult to automate. Okay, sorry for the last sentence. So this is not easy to train everything with AI, because creating something new which about which you don't have any data, so that's going to be difficult. And then AI can generate a great variety of approaches, but to spot the right direction for a new product is not something which AI can do easily. Okay, AI can find different ways of doing things, but not the best one among this. Okay, and that we only can do as humans, as real UX researchers or designers. You can only find, okay, what could be the best approach, where you also will be considering the viability and how you can pull this off easily. Everything matters. Okay, so that's what AI cannot actually decide right now. And augmenting the executive strategy. Okay, what is executive strategy? First of all, okay, it requires multidisciplinary analysis at the intersection of the following. Okay, so first is, when you are creating a strategy, you need to understand the tech, business use case, market growth direction, consumer demand, empathy, and human values. Now we all know that this part is of UX researcher. I mean, we know that, right? This, I mean, UX researcher can do this part easily, but we also need to understand that, okay, consumer demand is a different domain altogether. Market growth direction is also a different domain. Business use case, okay, I mean that we can understand, but that's also a different kind of a domain where you are talking about how this is going to be applied somewhere and who is going to buy a service, and understanding the tech, so that we also can learn. So I mean, we need to understand those kind of products, executive strategy and everything, so that can be automated. It's not tough for AI to do this, but it's a bit difficult where you need real people to work with. And this is called AI bullshit. So this section has the use cases which you don't which you should be skeptical. I won't say just ignore it, a bit skeptical, because this guy who has written this book has many years of experience in this field. So if he is saying that we should just take a look at it. So AI strategic analysis tool which replaces humans in coming up with novel ideas and business use cases. So AI is not a replacement for experience, empathy and understanding of human needs and desires. Okay, so this is not AI can do. Okay, it's any AI product is not a replacement for experience, empathy and understanding of human needs and desires. And AI cannot replace your CPO, chief product officer, I think, and UX director anytime soon, because you need those people to take some decisions there. And this is also an AI bullshit use case where AI heuristics analysis replacing user research and design. So heuristic is like you are seeing any website and you have this Nielsen Norman what do you say, those laws of doing this heuristic. So you can feed in, you can train, but it's not the real use case, right? When so this is like really important sentence, like when the robot is dancing, we are not impressed by the style of the dance but the very fact that robot is dancing at all. So if a robot is dancing, that itself is very fascinating for us, right? So we need to understand that I know AI can do these things, but I mean how well it can do, that depends on the experience and everything. But this use case, I mean, that should be for the humans, for AI heuristics, because we can see from different lenses the same thing which AI is like finding hard time to see. And heuristic is like finger pointing at the moon, not the moon itself. It's not a real answer. Okay, once you do heuristic analysis of any product, it's not like you have done everything. You are just skeptically you are seeing the thing, and when you are pointing at the direction to the moon, so maybe there are some problems, but it's not like final, because there could be like many ways the earlier designer have taken a good decision there. So it's just you are just doubting the decisions of earlier designers. So that is like somewhere you need to negotiate that differently. So that's why I think the AI heuristics analysis won't be giving you the 100% true findings, because you have to see from different angles. And then AI acting as a synthetic users for purpose of usability. So I have seen this synthetic users. So I have done a research in my existing company where we were given a chatbot, and we, as a real UX researcher, we need to ask some questions to this chatbot. And what we realized, the responses from this AI chatbots were like so much trained that I mean, you don't need to ask anything and it was giving really good answers. So that's not what we want as a UX researchers, right? I mean, in real use case you won't get the real answers until you just prompt in, get just you have to get digging in, and then you can find a right direction to find your answers. So that's very synthetic. Actually it was not real, and the training AI to pretend to be a user and using that model as a replacement for the actual user research. So that's a terrible idea. You shouldn't do this, although this can be used where you want to train your researchers, okay, just to how you conduct an interview and everything. So you can train this model, and you can actually use it. So that's a good use case of it, but not like, okay, if I want to create a product for the old age people, then you can create a model of old age, because that's based on the data what you have, but it can't be the same for the real users. So the real users are really different than what you feed in. So that is the difference where you need to understand. And then building your persona using AI. So this is like really important, where you are building a persona. So I have seen this, like there are cookie cutter formulas for that. You have all the sections and everything, but sometimes you don't need those sections and everything. Okay, so building your persona using AI is completely waste of time, because the key part of persona building is the consensus building. So whatever team members you have, you need to get buy-in from there. You need to share the understanding of the user to them. So that's the sole purpose of the persona creation, not just a artifact you are getting at the end of the day. Okay, so this is an exercise, this is a workshop kind of a thing which you can't automate using AI. If you are doing that, then it's terribly wrong, because now your stakeholders are not going to go through that reading that artifact of persona. It's very less likely someone will be giving time to read the document. But if you have a couple of hours workshops, so they are actively doing the task, and they will learn, and they will also contribute and understand like why, who, like even if that person is a coder or a developer, so he will understand that okay, whatever I am building for this person. And maybe he will be a lot more cautious about, and he will be seeing things differently after that. So that's really important, that okay. And that also helps you when your product people has some assumption, so it clarifies everything, it double checks everything when you create some workshops around building a persona or anything. And doing faster with AI doesn't buy you an advantage. Okay, this is a really wrong conceptions what we all have. Like, let's do it faster with AI, but this particular exercise of persona creation is not to do fast, it's to take some time and gather everything in a one place, or maybe online, and just discuss about this thing. So that's really important, and it's a bit like skipping all the tedium of vacation in a rush to see the photographs. Okay, so you are not enjoying your vacation, you are finding different places, you are taking photos, and at the end of the day your goal is to see the good photographs. So that's not the way you should travel. So that's not the way you should also build your persona. So all these things what we have learned today are like really important. Okay, so what the main takeaway from this chapter, let's understand that. So now we have learned what impact will AI have on UX research. So we have seen the impact. There will be some processes will be completely eradicated or changed to AI, like AI only is going to do that particular activities. Then there will be jobs for UX researcher. Yeah, obviously they will have some jobs, but maybe they might need to upskill, understand the AI and concept of AI and how you can leverage the AI. You need to know the tools and everything currently, because recruiters are gonna see that okay, how many AI tools and how much time you can save in the as a new UX researcher. Because earlier they have some idea of doing some research and it takes some time, and especially UX research is kind of an activity which takes heavy a lot of money from the pockets of the founders, and it's an expensive thing, right? If you want to do UX research, so it takes your resources, your energy and everything. So to convince them, you have to understand, you have to tell them, you have to actually make them understand, okay, these are the tools I am going to use, and that's how I'm gonna save your money by doing this task in this much of time, or something similar to that. You have to show the benefits. And what research skills are going to be most in demand in new age of AI? All the traditional skills, human conversation, and dealing with humans is like really important. Then your core should be really good, your core research abilities should be good. You should see your users in their natural habitat, like how they are doing tasks, because their AI cannot replicate that. So you have to understand what AI cannot do. You have to be master in those particular areas, those kind of research. I hope this was helpful for you. I mean, there are so many things which we can learn, but this was a small effort from my end, that if someone is in need, it will be helpful for those kind of designers and researchers to upskill their game and be a better designer or a UX researcher. So yeah, we have finished this chapter 18. We are going to see the next chapter tomorrow, and we are about to finish this book. There is one more chapter in this particular section, and then there is a completely different section 4, which is mostly about the ethics of AI. So that also we are going to cover soon. So yeah, thanks for your time. If you have seen this video till the end, please give a like, and you can subscribe, because currently maybe the video quality won't be good, but it will be better, and we will be seeing so many facets of UX design and research. So yeah, thank you for your time, and bye.